YouTube, what it is? What's good with you? So it's your boy Q, and I'm just tired out here in Newark, New Jersey, man. Doing a reset, getting ready to head into Boston, drop a load off. So wanted to touch base and get back with you guys on leasing and my lease purchase option. I am still leasing and I am still with Advance, and I'm happy with them. I finally got my first week settlement, and after I cleared everything, fuel, tolls, the whole work, truck payment, everything, all my fees, my truck did $5,100 and I took home $2,200. Yes, take home. I'll show you guys that. Mine doesn't come up on the Qualcomm, it comes up on the phone. So I'm gonna have to use another phone or get a laptop or something. You know, I'm new to this YouTube thing. I haven't figured out how to post the stuff in the video yet. I haven't got that technical, how these guys edit and do that stuff. And like I said, mine doesn't come up on a Qualcomm. They actually email it to me, and I'll show you guys that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I ain't got no reason to lie. And it's the reason I'm doing this is because when I was looking, it was kind of hard to see like gritty stuff about leasing. And I'm not lease purchase, for those who don't know. I'm not looking to buy this truck, which is another reason I'm doing this video, because I see a lot of guys talking about buy your own truck, own your own truck, which is very good advice. But like I said in the beginning, everybody doesn't have 20, 30,000 to start out with to buy a truck. You know, with that being said, this is why I chose to lease my truck. I have some money that I can use to put towards a truck, but I'd rather not use that money. I'd rather keep saving that money for my maintenance, because I know that I'm going to get my truck, and also I want to keep money into backbone just to live off of. The key with it is, if you're going to lease, don't get caught up in leasing. You lease, make that money. If you can get any good lease where you're not paying an arm and a leg, you know, and you're not making any money to get ahead. My goal is to lease, stack, buy the truck, get out the lease, and I'm going to go right back and lease on to Advance, because Advance has been that good to me. So once I stack up enough money, I'm going to buy my own truck and lease back on to Advance, and I'll get a higher percent also once I become an owner with my own truck. So now I'm at 77%. I get my own truck, I think it goes up to 84%. So yes, with that being said, yeah, and I just wanted to touch that and get that out the way, because a lot of guys, like I said, is like, you know, own your own truck. And even Ghost did a video on that, which was really great advice about the whole ownership, but everybody can't start that way. You know, my thing is, it's okay if you want to be a company driver and start out like that, but be a company driver, make some money if you can, and put your money to the side and get you a truck. Me, I did the company thing for 2 companies. I only maybe put 6 months in to being a company driver. No, not even. I'm lying. I might have put 4 months into being a company driver. And I don't know, it was 4 to 6 months. I can't remember. But I did 4 to 6 months of company driving, and I was like, okay, I'm going lease. You know, and that was the choice I made, and it works. So I knew that I wasn't a company guy. I mean, I was always an entrepreneur to begin with. Before I got into trucking, I was into automotive business, which is a whole nother story, and I'll do a video on me about that if you guys really want to hear about my story. But nobody want to hear about my story. I'm not that exciting. But yeah, so that's what I did, you know, and I'm glad that I did because it worked for me. I'm not going to say, you know, everything works for everybody, because everything don't. Everything doesn't work for everybody, but you can make it with a good lease option. I'm finding out that lease to lease for me works better than leasing to try and buy a truck, because it seems like when you're trying to buy the truck, the companies are like, you know, you're stuck with them for you're so long trying to buy the truck, and it kind of, it's almost the truck is the trap at the same time, because you're working to try and buy that truck. When you're leasing the way that I'm leasing, I feel like it's like if I walk away, the money I made I walk away with, but it still got me that money, and a lot of times it gets you that money sooner, you know. So that's the thing. I didn't want to be like, all right, well, especially if you start leasing with a company and then you find out that you really don't like the company, now you got to leave and start over, and it's like, damn, I done put this money, this payments into this truck, and I'm walking away from it, you know. So that's kind of why I'm like, I didn't want to do a lease purchase right off the bat, because what was the chances? I don't know if I was going to stay with the company. You can look online and see what everybody says about different companies and say, oh, well, I leased from this company, it worked out. I leased from that company, it worked out. Or I didn't lease from this company, it didn't work out. So I said, no, I'm better off going and lease straight, stack my money, and if I want to leave, I'm taking my money, because I wasn't working for that truck that I was in. I was working for making money for the truck that I want to get. It just made sense. And you just kind of got to understand the operations of business and how business work in that terms of where you're going, you know, where you're putting your effort to. So with that, that's my take on that. You know, I kind of strayed off a little bit because I started to make, you know, an update video on my leasing. I started in July with this company, and here it is, I think the 27th of July, going into next month. And like I said, they've been good. So far they've done everything they said, and I'm making the money that they said that I would make. And that's rare, especially when you're leasing. Like I said, my first 2 weeks, I wasn't getting full weeks, but it wasn't company. It was, you know, I started a week of the 4th of July, literally the day before, and then the rest of the couple of days later, it was the weekend. So I only had 2 loads, so my first check sucked. However, even though it sucked, I wasn't negative. I didn't owe anything. I did 2 loads and still made enough to clear the payment and maybe take home about $400. But I only worked 2 days, you know, technically, with 2 different loads. And my loads were high-paying loads, which was phenomenal. Same thing happened the following week. I had to end up going home, so I worked like 2 or 3 days again. So that next check sucked. But that third check, boy, look at here. When I hit that 50-100, and I see that deposit of 2 G's, it was actually 2,200, but I messed up and put fuel in when I shouldn't have put fuel in, and it went on on that settlement. That's a whole other thing. So I kind of threw $200 away, but I still deposited that 2 stacks. So, you know, moving forward after that, everything has been good, and it still have been a learning curve. So I'm almost at my 9-minute threshold, guys. 10-minute threshold. I just wanted to share that while I was sitting here waiting out in New Jersey. And I'll keep you guys updated. Peace.